Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Monday, July the 15th, the year 2019. Let's talk trading. You just have to be patient. That's part of a quote from Warren Buffett. He was saying that, you don't have to be smart to make money in trading. You just have to be patient. And if you look at my videos over the years, I talk about patience in many different ways. Um, Now, I say if you look at the animals in the jungle, how the leopard, the cheetah, the lioness, how they will wait and stalk their prey to the right time. Because, like, what is it? The leopard can only run, that fast for so far. So when he goes out on that sprint, he needs to take down that gazelle. What's that got to do with trading? Everything. So many times you rush that trade. You do all this analysis and then you just airball the trade. You just go in there and everything you've done, you just, oh, I'm going to jump in right now. It looks good or it feels good. And sometimes you win, but usually more often than not, you lose. And if you fail to have your risk and money management in place, you wind up maybe possibly losing it all or a big chunk. So you've got your method that tells you, what you're going to do. Now it's up to you to execute and to perform at the right time. I mean, otherwise, you're pretty much gambling. What's the difference between gambling and trading? Well, there are some distinctions, and I've gone over that in a few videos, but the main thing is in gambling, there's pretty much a defined start and stop to the game. In trading, you can jump in at any time and you can jump out at any time. So that's a major difference. If you play roulette, it's like, hold your bets, place your bets, and then the wheel spins, the ball drops into a hole, and then you see what the winning number is. Well, see, with trading, you can let that wheel spin for hours, days, weeks, months, and then you decide when that ball drops. And maybe you're in profit, maybe you're in loss. So just remember, just be patient, wait for that opportunity. And then if you're in a trade and you're up, once again, be patient. Give that trade some room to breathe. A lot of times I'll say, well, once you get those first 3 to 5 pips, depending on how fast the trade's moving, price is moving, you might want to take some of the profit off, move your break even up or leave it where it is and let the rest ride. And, I don't buy into the house money. Oh, well, I won this, extra, 100 or 1,000. Well, I won that, so that's house money. No, it's my money. Once I win it, it becomes mine. And so I don't, throw out my risk and money management just because I'm up, a few dollars. So just remember that. And so if you execute and perform, and you do that over and over, you're going to build you're going to have some success, and it's going to build your confidence and your competence. So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on. Once again, money and risk management can't be stressed enough. Oh, look what we have here. We've got the euro yen. It's going through, it's fallen through the bottom of the previous week. For those tuning in, all the gaps have filled. But as you can see here, it came up, hit that previous week's midpoint. Or actually, no, that's the previous week's pivot point, which I believe I may have pointed out in last night's video. Yeah, do believe, let me just double check here because I'm pretty sure that's what I put on the screen. Mid dot, edit, show pivot, right. So we took out the weekly pivot. So those traders who faded the pivot were rewarded. And on this screen, this is the daily. You can see here we're showing the previous midpoint as opposed to the pivot point. And on the daily, you see it almost hit that previous midpoint. Once again, if you were heading for it, you know, sometimes close is good enough. We had 0.86. We had a high of 0.84, you know, close enough. If you were managing your money properly, you would have taken some profit. And as you can see here, we've exited the previous day's low. We've crossed below it. And we're putting in the, still we're on Monday, so we're still putting in the range for the first trading day of the week, and we're still below the first trading day of the month's range right there. The opens, there's June's, there's July's. And the opening ranges, here's June's, we're back in it, and then here's July way up here. Notice we got a 1 ball on the daily, might look for a reversal tomorrow. And those of you trading the inside bar, on the daily, you see we've exited. That just gave me an idea. I'm telling how many days ago we were below it. I think that I had something in mind, but I just thought maybe we could put inside bar how many pips above and below we are. But that'd be a different indicator or different function of the dashboard. Let me know if you would want that in the dashboard. Okay, so we exited that inside bar from here, but we've got the week. We've exited that to the south side just barely. So we'll wait and see what happens. The range, only 40, not much is happening. We've got 3 pairs over 100. And you can see once again breaking through the previous day's low. We just had a weekly lowest open here. Here's the monthly lowest open we touched and reversed. So once again showing the highest open, lowest open holo trades are producing profits. But remember, boys and girls, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine, so seek your guidance from a professional, accredited financial guru. Okay, here we go. Here's the daily weekly open. You see here we triggered some shorts. There wasn't much of a payoff here, more of a scratch trade. No rat, only 39 pips. You're just toggling back and forth, so no real rat reversals here or rat zone trading. There's just not enough. But you can go in here and still take some of your rat reversals, which would be red candle closes, green candle closes, and you could then go long at the high here of the previous candle, looking to take, just a few pips. On the pivots, you see here we did take out that weekly pivot. I think we took it out last night. We got today's S1 and the weekly S1 down here. And here's the monthly. And I'm not sure if we've hit the monthly S1 or not. No, we haven't. So that might be something to target. Okay, for some reason we had, oh, I know. The reason was there was a trader who was asking me about the pound dollar here. Let's just put this back on to daily. You can see here we have some missed pivots, but we took out the last pivot here, took that pivot out. But back to euro yen, we took out that daily pivot, but we still have a missed pivot from July here. And there's the rest of the missed pivots. Price action, 3 ball at the bottom, pro trade here. Looking to go green at the line. Still got almost a half hour left in this bar. Wick zone, in and out, in and out. Looks like price wants to come back in. Once again, crossing over the weekly low from 1 week ago, weekly open from 1 week ago. Nice trading there. As you can see on the tick level over the past few minutes, not much is happening. Ditto here on the Einstein. See what the way the volume, or not the volume, but the volatility has dried up. You just really have to be patient, wait for those entries, and then make sure you apply your money and risk management as the trade is progressing. Okay. The first trading day of the week, you can see the ranges that we've exited. And looking at the price travel analyzer, we're looking at the inside bars, how well they pay off. High to close, close the low frequency distribution. Once again, this is for the rat reversal traders. And the range, as you can see here, we were somewhere here yesterday when I made the video, and I said it was a good place to take profit at that 50% of the ATR plus the open. ATR is average true range, which is pretty much the same as the range, except it's has a little more in the complication in the formula or computation. But for the most part, it doesn't differ that much from the range. So I could have simply used ADRs, but for some reason, I can't remember because it's been years since I wrote that indicator. We're using the ATRs, but you can see here's the daily and then here's the weekly. So for buy zone traders, you're trading off of that open range right here. You see it hit these 50 of the daily, and there's the 50 of the weekly. It's just a nice place to take profit. Usually pays off. And for the buy zone traders, high to open, open to low. You can see once again, price doesn't like to stay within the buy zone for an entire day. And once again, frequency distribution of the range. You can see here, range likes to be over 40 pips or higher most of the time. So that's it, fellow traders. When you're trading, be patient. Remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks.